Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker Podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Jenny Neb, Generous.
Generous! What are you doing, Jen?
Oh, not much. I've been still hibernating, much like last time, but...
It's not as cold as last time.
Oh, I know. It's been so wonderful lately.
Last time you and I had a podcast, it was like the negative 26 day, right?
It was, yeah. It was a rough day that we did that.
It was awful is what it was. Even for a fat guy like me, I mean, if I get cold, you know it's cold. You know what I'm saying? It's like a polar bear. But where are we, Jen?
Where are we? Oh, we are at the Brush Pizza Emporium at the Bullhucker studio.
That's right, in the bowels of the Emporium,
yes.
Right deep down below, sister.
We love it down here.
And we have an awesome guest today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Kim Aclera, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming down, bro. I'm excited to have you, man. It's we're going to talk a lot about, you got a lot of stuff going on in life.
I'll try to keep. I'm trying to keep up. So,
I mean, you kind of trolled his Facebook, Jen. You were telling me.
Yes, I had to get on there last night because I honestly didn't. When you were messaging me and Kim, I thought, well, I don't know who Kim is.
Yeah.
So I clicked on his profile and I was looking through and just stalking a little bit. So.
Did you happen to know the transformation he's went through?
No.
What?
I didn't stalk that much. I just saw that he was friends with my little sister, and I called her up and found some wonderful things out.
We're going to talk about it a little later because one of these stories might be what I'm talking about, so I don't want to jump in too quickly. But
okay.
Mr. Kim has become quite the stud in the weight room. So
I'll try.
I did mention that to my little sister. I was like, he must work out a lot.
Yeah,
and she's like, yeah, he does.
And you're a teacher on the side here. And on the side, that's your job.
You're
a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
What do you teach, Kim?
I teach science at the middle school. I teach 6th grade.
Oh, that's ballsy, my friend. That's middle schoolers are the tough ones, aren't they?
They keep me up at night, but it's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's challenging yet. I think it's one of the most remarkable things that I've had as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to teach? Would you teach another grade, or is that the grade you choose to teach?
I'm actually challenged by the fact that 6th grade are great kids, but I would like to venture more as well. So maybe trying to go to different grade levels would be a good thing in the future as well.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I've been teaching high school in the Philippines, and then that's a great shift from high school to middle school.
Right.
And probably I want to be back in high school, but junior level. I've taught into the senior high school level in the Philippines, so maybe junior high school would be a good one for me, right in the middle.
Right. We can get talking about that too. Also, I'm curious to know the difference between middle school or the Philippines education and Americans.
I was just going to ask.
Education.
So the difference here between middle school and high school is 6th graders still have a drive to learn. Sometimes when they get to high school, they've lost it and they end up dropping out. Is the educational system more important to the youth in the Philippines?
That's a great question.
I've had this phrase from one of my principals. It's Miss Koenig writes. I was in my first year when she said that kids are kids around the world, and she's true.
Yeah.
It's really indeed true that kids are kids around the world. It's probably culture that's a significant factor into how people treat education. Back home, education is a way for us to alleviate poverty. So a lot of kids back home take education seriously because that is their key to success.
Sure.
And when you're educated back home, culture-wise in the Philippines, you could get into fields that you want. Mm-hmm. And here in the U.S., culture-wise, we have a lot of opportunities. This is the land of opportunity to start off.
Right.
And being in the U.S. gives me this is an eye-opener for me as well, that you can land into many jobs accordingly, and you don't have to be a college graduate to land to a great opportunity. And I guess going back to the fact that it's culture-wise, back home it's more of us alleviating poverty through education. Here we have a lot of things to choose from. You can go to sports and be good at it. You can go to education and be good at it. So I guess it's ambiguous as well. It depends on the culture.
Huh.
It all
Gotcha.
boils down to the culture.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
We're going to get more into that, obviously, here in a little bit. But before we get any further, I do want to say, welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. If you've never been, this is your first time, what we do on the podcast is bring on a guest. Today is Kim Aclera. Kim's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories are true. One's either borrowed, made up, or it's an embellished story. It's part true, part false. And at the end of the episode, Miss Neb and I are going to try to guess which one is not it. How's your record lately? I haven't even done the math.
Well, when I was a guest last time, I bullhucked both of you.
You did. You did.
Yep, and then
You got me with the filthy meat stick.
I think we both got it wrong the last time I was co-host on.
Oh, with Jay, yeah. No, we got it right, and then
Did we get it right?
it was a weird episode. I'm not sure who won that one. It was a little out there, my friend Kim, but it was a good time. It was great stories anyway. Just
But as a whole, my record's not great.
yeah, me either. This is tough. So you said you'd listened to a few of these episodes,
Yeah.
Kim, and you said you were kind of not so great at guessing.
Not so great in guessing.
Yeah. It's hard. It's tough. People.
Maybe my magic works on kids.
Maybe
Like
so.
I can tell when kids are telling the truth. And
Right.
did you turn in stuff?
yeah.
I can tell, but it's hard. But I'll try. I mean,
Yeah. No, I love that. You got to be the lie detector for children. 'Cause
yep.
The patience you must have, my friend, it must be mountains more than I have. You know what I mean?
Still to this day, when my kid lies, he gets this weird little grin on his face after the lie. Like
Really?
this weird, like sad, pitiful, like, maybe she's not going to catch me.
Does he
And
really?
it's every time, and it's been since he was a toddler.
But I think that's.
But now he's an adult, so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. My mom still catches me all the time. She knows. She knows.
But does she smack you upside your head?
Oh,
See, I can't do that to my kid now that he's an adult.
She calls me out. No, she hits
I'm
me.
just teasing, I never did.
Yep. And it's true for teachers as well. We have eyes behind our head. Like if
Sure.
our head is against the kids, like we can even determine as to the slightest noise. Who's that noise come from? Like it's true. Like a lot of my teachers back then in the Philippines would always tell us that, and I was like, maybe. And then when I became a teacher, it's indeed correct. And like it's like magic. There's a different type of, like, even I myself gets surprised as to the magical powers that every teacher has. And I mean,
Oh, teachers are amazing. I mean, yeah, I think they're saints.
Yeah.
So I couldn't take on a classroom of children.
Oh my gosh.
I call a group of children a migraine. Yeah.
That's a fantastic joke, Jennifer.
I know. I go down all of it. Like a group of geese is a gaggle and a murder of crows, and then a group of children, a migraine.
Did you come up with that, or did you get?
No, I came up with that.
Girl. Well, that's one I'd keep. So, all right. You ready to tell some stories, Kim?
yep.
All right. Jen, you want to read them off?
You betcha.
In your incredibly beautiful writing?
Yes, I know it. We have 3 stories here. The first one is called Way to Go. And the second one is numbers 17802.
Is that 100? Is that 17,802 or
Yep.
is that okay?
17,008.
Oh,
Okay.
17,802. I was reading it like a zip code. And then the third one is 2 birthday celebrations a year.
That's right, man. That's like 2 Christmases for divorced people. But
Oh, yes, with divorced children. I always got 2 Christmases.
all right, Jen. Why don't you pick one out for us?
Alrighty, well, we've never had one before that was just numbers. So
Okay.
I want to hear 17,802.
17,802.
Yep. First things first. Like I told Larry about this. I have 5 stories to tell, but I have to narrow it down to just 3.
Right.
And what sets apart this story is a special thing that happened in my life. Like 17,802 is my auditionee number on the Philippine audition of The Voice.
Oh, really?
So I did audition on the Philippine edition of The Voice, and my number, I can still remember it, and I have to have it on a story. It's 17,802. So karaoke is a big thing in the Philippines. So every single household in the Philippines owns a karaoke. It's just normal for a singer or for any guy, woman, kid, whatever age you are, to sing at the karaoke. And we built Whitney Houston. We do a lot of high-class singers as well. We have a lot of great singers in the Philippines. It's as if when we're born, we're actually singing already. Even if we're inside our parents, our mom's womb, like
Well, and
literally, we're singing.
karaoke is huge all over the Eastern Asian. Am I
Yep.
saying that right?
Yep.
Area.
Karaoke is actually patented from a
are there-
Filipino.
Are there bad
Really?
singers?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Are there bad singers over there?
Bad
Do you ever catch
singers.
a bad? I'm a terrible singer, but I love karaoke.
I mean, singing is something that you can practice over time. Maybe they would start bad, but eventually they will become great. They can find their tune. Like, you have a lot of genres to choose from. And what's good about having karaoke every day, like literally, we have it every day. You can practice a whole lot of songs.
you're gonna improve.
And then you can probably improve and probably have some voice onto your singing and find your genre.
So you were on the Philippines, The Voice,
Yeah.
Okay.
and 17,000. That many entrants.
Yes, and I'm in the middle of it. Not even in the middle
Oh my goodness.
of the line.
Whoa. So there's a number 1, number 2, number 3.
Yes.
So there's 17,000.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And he says he's in the middle, so there's potentially
Yes.
30,
Yep.
20, 25 to 30,000 people there.
And it's just one area of that specific audition. So we have multiple islands in the Philippines. We have 17,641 islands. There have been probably 55 audition centers. These are big cities in the Philippines. So 17,802 is not even the largest. I mean, in a way, to add my number as well, it's not even the largest. Like number
Wow.
of auditionees in that specific
Okay.
venue.
I'm gonna have questions, so go ahead. We have questions, but
yes.
tell the rest of the story.
Well, I want to know if he's going to sing for us.
He will at the end of the podcast.
All
we're gonna sing a
right.
song, yeah.
Yep, I'll try.
So what
Okay.
happened? Sorry, how did continue?
So, me and my friends are a group of singers as well. We sing with probably a lot of songs, pop, R&B, with Liquid Courage as well. We sing a whole lot. Maybe we can hit those high notes with Liquid Courage. And one of my friends are actually part of the cast to audition. He is part of one of those who cast members to audition on that specific audition of The Voice. And then that guy, that my friend is, like, he told me, "Hey Kim, why not try to audition at The Voice? We have certain slots available on your end, but you have to make sure to line up because our slots are not we have, like, every cast member has specific number of slots available to choose from." And then I was able to be added on that specific number of slots. And then one time, this friend of mine, it's actually after, when was that? I guess it's after a semester when we had our long test. And then asked me to audition in Manila, which is the capital of the Philippines.
Right.
And since it's the capital of the Philippines, we have a lot of auditionees. I guess, if I'm not mistaken, it's 45,000 who auditioned on that specific time. And you have to line up from 6 a.m. You'll be casted on your audition piece the following day. Like, you have to line up more than 24 hours.
Oh, and just stand in line.
Yeah. And stand in line. Like, there are a lot of, like, standing, sitting down, standing, sitting down, because you have to be on different casting calls as well.
Gotcha.
Each level is like you've been cut off each and every time. And since, I don't know if I need to share this, but since one of the cast is my friend, like, I was able to at least breeze through it
Got
Yeah.
you.
as well.
It's not
yeah.
what you know, it's who you know, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And I was able to audition, and I was able to be on top 80
Wow.
I mean,
of that.
put that in perspective. Top 80 of 45,000 people. That's amazing.
That's
you
a
know.
blue ribbon, a real blue ribbon. Not
Yeah.
like they give everybody here one.
And again, like what I said, that 45,000 is not even the most number of auditionees. That's Manila, the capital. That's even the capital. But we have an area in the Philippines called Cebu. This specific province produces a lot of great singers, like a lot.
Right.
And every family maybe has an auditionee on that specific casting call.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, is this on a different island?
It's a
from the
different
mainland?
island.
Okay.
And they have to fly out to Manila to audition as well. So in a way, you have to have different levels, and then look test and stuff. So you have to be good in look good in camera. That's when I realized, oh, you have to be full package as well in order to join these types of ventures.
Sure, they want the triple threat. Singers, actors,
singers,
people who can move.
Yeah, it's also entwined with Star Hunt. We have some television group or company back home has Star Hunt and The Voice gathered up together. So not only are we auditioning for singers, we are also auditioning for singers and actors.
Oh, wow.
As well. So
Gotcha.
they can go into different ventures. We can act, we can sing, and it's as if we're battling through theater artists as well, and just a regular college guy.
Yeah.
And I was just in a way forced by my friend to join because he has tickets for that casting call. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I think that's really cool.
Is there any video of this we can look online? Did anything ever come out like?
We have to have a disclosure agreement.
Okay.
As well to make sure that it's not on video and stuff.
Oh, really? So you can't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did like you.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of the American Idol or any of that. I've never really been into it, but America's Got Talent a little bit. That's a great show, but they always have videos of the the auditions.
They only show it once it's on national TV already. The process of how you audition from the province up until different levels of auditions till you go to the nationals.
Right. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Because I mean, it could probably be because we have a whole lot of auditionees and probably like thousands of people, like hundreds of thousands of people auditioned on that. Like tapes would run out, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's also cost effective to do that, I guess.
I mean, that's got to be so incredible. Because I mean, you got to listen to everybody. Because you never know there's a diamond in the rough somewhere. You know what I mean? That's got to be. And imagine being one of those judges who has to listen to is it the same song? I don't even know, man.
It's actually not the judge, like The Voice, like you have main judges. It's not actually the judges who judge you during casting call. It's actually members of the producers.
Right.
And some voice companies as well do judge.
I'm just saying 45,000 songs is a lot to listen to. That's a ton.
I know. Could you imagine being on the other side of that and having to listen to the good, the bad, and the ugly all the way through?
Exactly. That's why we have to have a one-liner. In a way, we just have to sing one line of a song, and you have to make sure that one line gets you through it.
Yeah.
And you get to choose the song?
You get to choose the song.
What was your song, Coy or Kim?
It's a Journey song, just the one that I usually sing during the
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, Don't Stop Believing.
That's a fantastic song.
Those are some high notes. I can't hit those notes.
Well, on a good day I could. But
nice.
I believe they're lead singers from the Philippines.
Yes.
He is. Yes.
Yep,
What's his name?
Arnel Pineda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
which is a good story as well because he came from rags to riches. Like he was actually an auditionee for many different singing competitions back home as well. We singers, internationally and locally known singers, usually start on auditioning on The Voice, Philippines, and any national singing competition. We usually start with that. And if I'm not mistaken, he was actually a part of a singing competition that was on YouTube.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep,
yes.
The band actually got him, and it's a whirlwind as well on his side. But he was still very humble. He always looked back to his beginnings. He always reached back to the Philippines, help our countrymen as well in times of calamities.
Yeah.
And he's a great person.
Well, and Journey's a great band. I mean,
You've heard him sing though, yes, Jen? He sounds just like Perry.
Yeah.
It's insane how you can't tell. If you had them both singing, you wouldn't tell who was who, man.
Right.
I mean, that's got to just eat Steve Perry's ass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just
in a way, like voice. If a voice has a doppelganger, that's his doppelganger in terms of voice.
I mean, you get a little cocky. You're like, you can't replace me. Like, actually, on YouTube, we can replace you.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
And back then, like Arnel Pineda was a well-known. Like, it's not like in a way. His video got well known, and probably through YouTube algorithms, the band members get to like look on it, him being fly out to the United States audition, and
Right.
I think he got it on his first try too. So,
You know,
Wow.
I think it's crazy, and here's what I think is amazing about it is there are so many talented people out there that will never be discovered, will ever be, you know what I mean?
yes,
It's nuts, right? Comedians are notorious. I've seen so many comedians that have come through, Kim, that I'm like, why aren't you famous? You see I've seen a few videos.
You've never asked me that.
I know. There was this kid. It was a Foo Fighters concert, and this kid must have been, God, 6, 7. He was a little guy, and they pull up stage. He's like, "You play the guitar?" And he's like, "Yeah, I play the guitar." And so the leader of the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, is like, "Well, play us a song. Let's hear a song." And the kid goes, "You want to play some Metallica?" And he's like, "Do we know Metallica?" And he starts playing Enter Sandman. This kid on this, and this guitar's huge in his hands. And
Nice.
and then everybody's like, "Oh my shit!" So it was awesome to watch this kid. And then Dave Grohl's all, "That guitar's yours now, bud. Go." It was cool,
Nice.
but
Just shredding on a guitar at
And
6 years old.
Yeah.
the internet shows us all the time. These young kids, they just pull off like drums and amazing.
They're musical savants.
That's
man.
that's a good way to put
Yeah.
it. So, what do you think about that story, Jen?
Well, I just found that super fascinating. I was
Yeah.
entertained from the beginning to the end. And I also think that that's all completely valid and believable. So, yeah.
I know the man can sing. I've heard him do it. We're gonna sweet talk him into doing it a little later. But it's tougher now that we don't know if it's a borrowed story or what. You know what I mean? But I like the title, 17,802. That's a very if
It's very intriguing.
Yes,
That's what it is.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
So all right, that was 17,802. Next
Yep.
we have either Way to Go or 2 birthday celebrations a year. You know what? I know there's always one I want to hear more, so we save it to the last. So let's do Way to Go right now.
Okay, so Way to Go. I spelled Way to Go as WEI.
Like wait, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, like 2 years ago, I was able to have a self-realization as well that, again, it's subjective. It's dependent on people. But I have to make sure to take care of my health. That's the first thing that I have to
Right.
consider. Sadly, my mom passed away through diabetes.
I'm sorry to
So-
hear that.
Thank you. And I think I was made aware of the fact that I need to also take care of my health, my
Yeah.
my body. And I'm still at a young age, and I don't want to have something that would make me go sick right away. And I am a very passionate person. I love my craft, and I want to enjoy this my passion on my craft further along the way. Share it to people, share it with multiple students since I'm teaching. And one time, it's actually in Las Vegas. One event I went into with my friends, and Vegas is good for like buffet and like everything nice that you could think of.
Vegas is
Yep.
lots of fun.
Yep, lots of fun. Anything that you could think of. And I ate, like, a lot. Like, I ate. And then, I was able to talk to my friends. They're actually nurses in Las Vegas as well. And they told me, "Hey, Kim, have you checked your blood sugar level? Have you checked anything with regards to your health?" And I have a phobia on hospitals. Like, I cannot. Like, not necessarily, I don't know if it's a diagnosed one, but I do, I have anxiety when I go to the hospital. So I try my best not to go there many times, even if it's obvious. I'm a science teacher, so I should know it already. But I'm just, I don't want to deal with it in a way.
Sure.
That's very common, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was able to talk to them, converse to them. I have warning signs already of diabetes in a way. Sleepy, wants to have water every single time.
Yeah.
And it's obvious for East Asians to have like darkened neck areas as well. It's a telltale sign of diabetes. And I do have one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
So, I'm not sure of the medical term about it, but if your neck area goes, like, it darkens, it actually has your epidermis, like, produce a lot of skin cells that makes it very
It
dark.
probably just brings your melanin closer to the surface right in that area.
And in a way, that's one warning sign for East Asians that, hey, your blood sugar level is on top.
Yeah.
So I was like shocked by the fact that I do have warning signs. I was able to just deny it for many years. Like, I'm a heavy eater. One time I won this eating contest as well, a hot dog eating contest at school. Because I'm a heavy eater. Like, I eat a lot.
At school, were you teach or when you were growing up at school?
Here that I'm
Here.
teaching at the moment. So I was like, oh, okay. So back to the story. I was able to talk to them, in a way to seek professional help from them, and it's just a 360 shift that I need to. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it also added the fact that when we had our medical, like, weigh in and stuff at school, there's a program at school wherein we have to weigh in, and then it's a health program at the school wherein we have to consider our health and also our weight and our height, BMI in a way.
And they have to weigh in front of each other students there?
No, it's with the school nurse, and she has to like jot it down and then compare your BMI and whatnot. And it also adds up the fact that my BMI is a BMI of a 45-year-old man.
Oh yeah.
Which is back then it was 17, 18 years senior my age. So
let's just stop and say 45 is not old, by the way.
Yeah, 45 is not old.
Okay,
that's it's old in terms of my real body age.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, my body age back then 2 years ago was already at 45.
Yeah.
And I'm 28 years old. Yeah. So I was like, oh, is it a sign already? My friends told me about it. This health app already told me about it. And then I was like, okay, I think we have to shift something. Sure. And it's hard. Like, you have to be consistent. You have to be in control of yourself. There are times wherein I struggle. I cried, like literally cried, because food is my avenue.
Yes. Is it your addiction? It's certainly I love it. It's mine.
And I love cooking. Like, I can cook whatever, Filipino food, American food. I immerse myself into cooking because I love making people happy. And I know for a fact that when people love your food, it gets to be appreciated. A cook like me will get to be happier as well. And I cook. And that's also one reason probably that I gained so much weight, because I love to cook. Like, I don't do dinner outs frequently. If I can cook it, I can cook it, and I can cook it in bulk. Yeah. I could have cooked just for me or for myself, but I always cook for 6 people. Good for 6 people, and I invite my friends to.
That's how I cook too. Bulk cooking.
Yeah. So I was able to weigh in, and that's a challenge as well. So I've read multiple articles about it, that in order for you to be on your goal, one specific strategy is to post it online. So I started a challenge. I was able to post my picture back when I was starting day 1. So I have to target a year-long journey. So daily, I was able, not daily, but make sure to post every milestone every single time. Yes. I trained twice a day. A year ago, I was on a military diet. It was a strict 17,000 calorie diet. Wow. So 17,000 looks like this.
You mean 1,700?
Yep, 1,700.
Okay.
Sorry, 1,700 calories. Sorry.
17,000. That's like going and staying at the buffet, bro.
I can tip on that.
Sorry. So it's 1,700 calories. So it looks like one loaf bread, half a banana, not even a whole banana, green tea, and then half a slice of apple or any citrus. So that's what I ate daily, every day. And from bulk eating, I ate a lot. Filipinos eat rice a lot, 3 times a day. 24. Like, I mean,
it's a staple.
It's a staple.
You're just packing on carb, or that's full carb.
Mm-hmm. And I don't usually walk. I'm a sedentary lifestyle to summarize it all. So I have to make sure to train. In early mornings, I walk, and in the evenings, I walk and do weights. So that's a total of 6 hours a day.
You're working out 6 hours a
a
day.
day, every single day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
I even have to have all my clothes in the school already. And then I have to shower there, teach. After teaching, I just, sit out for 30 minutes, go back to the gym till midnight.
Oh, and you just work out at the school, huh?
Yeah, and it's also
Nice.
efficient because the school has that system for teachers as well. And I just maxed out that opportunity.
Yeah.
So I changed my life 360, and I was able to lose the most that I lost would probably be on that year-long journey is about 110
That's amazing.
pounds.
Okay, this is personal, but may I ask how tall you are?
I'm 5'6",
Okay, 5'6", you lost how much?
110.
That's amazing.
Yes. I mean that's another person.
Yeah.
I'm-
What was your were you 300?
240 plus.
240
Yeah.
was your one of your higher
Yep.
ends.
That's amazing. 115 for
incredible.
me, I'm 6'2", would be very noticeable.
Yes.
Adam, he
Yeah.
co-hosts also. I remember when Adam lost 120 pounds. He looked like a different human being, and he's 6'4".
Yeah.
And Adam's a big dude. He's just massive. He's if Adam was there to hit the weight room like you did, he'd be unbelievable.
And
you know
he
what I mean?
did for a
Yeah.
while.
He did for a while. He's
Well, and
still
you
does.
knew me when I was huge.
Yeah.
Oh, I say I'm half the man I used to be. Because I lost 160, but I
wow.
had to have weight loss surgery. I don't have the kind of commitment to go work out 6 hours a
I've
day.
been following you since we become friends on Facebook, and dude, it's one of those things where you just I see your post and I'm like, look at this dude go.
Yeah.
Good for you,
Yeah.
man.
And it's also a way for me to inspire people to do it too.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be at the gym for 6 hours. You don't have to eat
Right.
1,700 calories a day.
Right.
It's how you put into and your effort that you put into something that would transpire into something good. I mean, it could be 7,500 steps a day or 20,000 steps a day or 30,000 steps a
Right.
day. But if you put in the goal to love yourself first,
You bet.
and in a way, in loving yourself, you also love the people around you so that they could get to enjoy you further along the road. And whatever you progress along the road as well, they could get to enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too.
Oh, and I was going to ask, so what's your body mass index now?
I haven't checked yet.
You haven't checked
Yeah, I
yet?
haven't checked yet.
But, and do you feel better? You have to feel better.
Yeah, I
And you-
feel better.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, stalking your profile, I did notice that you look very nice. Nice and muscly.
Mostly.
from I share this story with my friends every single time. When I was probably 13 or 14, I did not even tried to wear teens. Like my body size is that great already at teens that I have to wear adults. I never tried teen pants size.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I like teen sized shirts. I never got the chance to to wear it.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then at 14, 13, I was wearing my dad's pant size already. So
Yeah.
when we go to shopping, it's always I and my dad goes to shopping, and then I wear adult size pants
Right.
already.
Right.
And then I got to my waistline was about 46 inches. And then I cut it till 33.
Wow.
That's so amazing, dude.
And that's
That is
the most
incredible.
amazing thing. Like, one of the goals as well is to, maybe I could try to wear some of the things that I haven't worn when I was in teens. And I did. And that was a long time ago, a dream a long time ago, and I have it fulfilled. And I guess seeing you change in how you perceive things as well. Because in a way, when you go to gym, wee hours of the morning, wee hours of night, you get to also consolidate all your thoughts. You could get to ponder. You can get to think about life. It's going beyond what your goal weight is. It's knowing yourself better. You hear your breath. You hear your soul in a way. And in that case, I was able not to just change my weight goal. I was able to change my life.
Amazing.
I love that.
That is beautiful.
Kim, we have a comedy background, Adam and I and Jen, and people come on the podcast. They want to tell me funny stories over and over, and I love the funny stories. I love when people tell me funny stories. But Kim, I love these kind of stories even
Thank you.
more. I
Thank
know I
you.
really do. I'm a sucker for
Yeah.
serious stories and stories where you win, man. And like I said, I've just I've been just amazed at the transformation I've seen you go through. You know what I mean? And that's I got to do it too. I get too busy doing all my other stuff, and I like the fact you said you got to love yourself first. And that's a lesson I got to learn.
Yeah.
So I'm getting up there in years, 48.
It's hard to commit to yourself. I mean,
It is.
you know, we all have our internal weird stuff that makes it difficult. So it's hard.
It doesn't only revolve around, weight loss. It goes beyond that. You have to love yourself. You have to love your craft. And that's also a testament that everyone can see that when you put effort to it, effort on the things that you love, you'll get the good karma as well. You could get the whole results onto it. And maybe that specific thing that you did would also inspire one person. And if that's your ticket to heaven, then
that's awesome.
You bet.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Have you ever tried to inspire a student like this?
To inspire a student, well, on a teacher side, I inspire my students based on my story. Like I was their age too. I was having the same, behaviors as a sixth grader, and I was able to. In fact, I haven't shared this to my kids, my students here in the U.S., but I've shared this with my students in the Philippines. I could not read at first grade, like at all. Like, as hard as my sisters and my mom and even my dad would tutor me every single day, I could not read. And this is a story that I always share my friends and my students back home in the Philippines, because a lot of students in the Philippines could relate into it. And then one teacher touched my life real differently, that she was able to tap me onto a competition. It's a writing competition. Back then I got a good penmanship and I have to join that specific competition. And then even if I cannot read by that time, I can copy notes. I could copy notes from the book. I don't know how to read it, but I could copy notes. And then I was able to copy down notes, and she saw that I have a good handwriting, and it was a handwriting contest as well. I got to win it.
Wow.
And without me knowing what's first place, what's second place, or what does this mean? And I was like, I got inspired by that specific fact that even if I don't know anything, like at all, I can even write number 1.
Yeah.
And she was able to see a diamond in the rough, maybe, if I could see it. I could say it that way. Like, she was able to inspire me on a different level to love learning. That's why I was able to choose teaching as a career.
Right.
Because I don't know what would happen in the future, but if just maybe that one kid would be inspired by this story or inspired by the way how I teach, then they could get to do what they want as well, no matter field that would be.
You bet.
You'd be surprised, Kim, how many people you affect and you don't even know. You affect people every day. Everybody does.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's negatively.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's positively. But there's been people that have inspired me that don't know.
Yeah.
And it's been. I'd like to tell them someday. You know what I mean?
It's also there's a theory called string theory that everyone is attached. Like the universe have created everyone, and there's a string that attached every one of us, and maybe that string connected us three as well to inspire people to share what our lives is,
right,
or what our lives would be,
right.
Well, positivity is, to me, infectious, and it's something that we need right now all over the world.
Yes.
Right.
From the moment you wake up.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's a fight because negativity is also very contagious.
Yes, misery loves company is one of our greatest cliches
I do agree.
over here, and
it's
twice as infectious, I think, as positivity. But that also falls along with loving yourself.
Yes.
You can't be even near positive if you don't, so it's just a negative spiral.
Are you close to your goal? Have you hit your goal?
I hit my goal a year ago. And a year ago, actually, it was my birthday a year ago, and I got to have it timed into my birthday as well. So I was able to
really cool.
to have my goal on my birthday itself. And I did attain my goal. And my goal right now is to continue loving myself.
Yeah.
And loving yourself would come in many sizes and forms as well. And I love myself the way I am already because I was able to eat properly. I was able to eat what I love. And I have to make sure to do that as well with putting up effort as well, not to abuse myself.
Right.
Sure. Well, and it's a lot easier to maintain than it is
And now
to drop it.
yeah,
huh?
it's now became a therapy to me as well. Like
Sure.
my happy place. If you
Yes.
ask me the most beautiful places that I've been to the U.S., that gym would be the most beautiful place.
Oh,
that
I
I've been.
love it. Well, you did say it's a place where you can collect your thoughts and do all your
Yeah,
reminiscing, and I agree with that. It's
Yeah.
a form of meditation.
because those iron plates changed my life. However, like rusty these iron plates would be, like these changed my life.
And you're
for the
talking
better.
of the iron plates on the weight
Yeah.
machines?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's they have seen a lot of stories, and I want my story to be part of that gym as well.
You bet. Etched right into those iron plates, huh?
This is gonna be a very quotable episode. You know what I mean? What did you think about that one, Jen?
I just think that was so. I'm already affected by you.
Oh, thank
so
you.
yeah, I think that was just incredible. Incredible story to celebrate. Incredibly inspiring for anybody who needs to change their lifestyle or wants to change their lifestyle. They just have to find that drive within themselves, and you just prove that.
I'll tell you what, for two stories, and I am pretty lost on which one.
I just
you
want to
yeah.
end up with that story. If I did, you could as well. Whatever passion you want to put into, or whatever activity you want to invest yourself into, just put your effort onto it. Manifest. That's the best word, probably. Manifest that you will be able to do it, no matter how long that is. It's not a time constraint thing. You have to target at your own pace and just manifest that you will be able to achieve it. And if I did it, then so could everyone who is listening to this podcast.
That's awesome.
Amazing. I know I'm also torn.
I am torn. It's so far so good. You're doing really well, Kim. So, and I love that story. I really do. That's
was so inspiring.
It's very, very inspiring.
We should get up at next time it's not freezing cold or raining outside and go walk.
Let's not talk crazy shit. Okay,
A walking podcast too is a good one.
because that's what everybody wants to listen to. Is all.
We could do a walking podcast while we have walking tacos.
Oh shit! Now
We
we're
have
talking.
those 360 Insta cameras that
That's-
follow us. That's also a good one.
It'll be fine. So, all right, we got one left. We have 2 birthday celebrations a year.
So today's a special day as well. This is my birthday.
Today is.
Yep, today is my
Today
birthday.
is your birthday.
Yep,
Happy
that's why I chose this
birthday.
day to be the podcast day as well, because this is my birthday.
That is so neat.
So I celebrate 2 birthdays a year. I was born the 7th of the 7th of February. And there's a funny story wherein my dad, he was so excited that he forgot to register my name. Like, I have 3 sisters that went ahead of me, and he wanted to have a boy as a kid. And back then in the 90s, ultrasound isn't a thing yet, so you don't know till it comes out. And he was so excited, he got probably had attend gin parties with his friends because he had a boy already. Machismo
sure.
is such a great thing in the Philippines. So if you have a boy kid, it's a great thing, great thing. It runs from the culture of machismo back home as well. If you have a boy kid, it's you're macho, you're
Somebody to carry on your
carry on
namesake.
your genes and stuff like that. So he forgot to register my birth date to be the 7th, and he registered it the following day. So every single year I celebrate 2 birthdays, the 7th and the 8th. Technically, I'm celebrating 4 birthdays because of the time zones.
Yeah.
Philippines right now is at
Now you're just getting
8.
greedy. That's all. That's
So now you're saying the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th.
In a way, 6th and 7th back in the Philippines, and 6th and 7th in the U.S. time zone. So Philippines is 14 hours ahead. So in a way, I celebrated my real birthday a couple of hours ago, and my birth date on my paper birthday a couple of hours ago as well. So I was like, it's a good thing. It's uncommon, but
And I've got to go back to your culture. How are birthdays celebrated in the Philippines?
earlier we were talking about Jollibee. So Jollibee for those
sure.
for those who don't know what Jollibee is, so Jollibee is a good restaurant back home. It's actually a religion. If
Fried chicken, you guys.
Fried chicken.
What's it called?
It's Jollibee. So
Jolly
it's
bee.
a giant bee that is jolly,
Like a honeybee.
like a honeybee, but
Okay.
with different stripes. It has red and yellow stripes. So I shared it to Jenny earlier,
Yep.
and I was able to like tell her in Chinese Filipino culture, red and yellow signifies good fortune,
Okay.
and red and yellow signifies. I think it triggers. It has a trick on the mind to love the food better. So most restaurants, if you go Southeast or East Asian or any Asian cuisine, all the restaurants have yellow or red paint. So going back, Jollibee is a famous restaurant in the Philippines. It's our McDonald's back home. It rivals McDonald's back home. It has multiple branches here in the United States as well. And every island in the Philippines has a Jollibee. So they're famous for their crispy-licious and juicy-licious Chicken Joy. And if you haven't tasted that, you can drive 14 hours away from here and it's all worth it. In San Antonio
Yes.
is the closest Jollibee store in Brush. And a lot of Filipinos, even in Denver, would go and drive for 14 hours just to have Jollibee.
Really?
And it's like what I said, it's a religion. You have to celebrate your birthday in Jollibee.
Oh, okay.
And Jollibee is something or a place wherein people are very happy. It's the happiest. If Disneyland is the happiest place, it
Here?
would also equate to Jollibee being the happiest place. Like if I travel around the US, I always make sure to go to a Jollibee food store and eat Chicken Joy. It's called Chicken Joy. Because it brings you joy when
Any good fried
yeah.
chicken would bring me joy. Yeah, I'm down.
Like as soon as you bite that first bite, you would smile. It's infectious as well to see people around and to have that certain culture wherein food makes you very happy. It's Jollibee. And to celebrate birthdays, you have to have a Jollibee birthday party.
The family goes to Jollibee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no matter like how old you are, you need to go to Jollibee, celebrate your birthday. They can even like lock up a certain portion of that store for you to throw your birthday party celebration and stuff like that. So
Amazing. So San Antonio, Texas, you guys, Jollibee, chicken. Would you say burgers, spaghetti?
yeah, burger, spaghetti, and we also pair it up with rice, chicken and rice.
So Jen and I are about the same age, old enough to remember when McDonald's was like that. Remember when you were younger and you have birthday parties at McDonald's?
I remember having them at Shakey's Pizza Place.
I remember that.
I don't know if I ever got to have one at McDonald's.
Friends of mine they bring a cake in and they got their little toy and yeah, it was.
I was a little spoiled though. We had a pool in our backyard.
Oh yeah, well.
They even have the cheesiest.
We had big pool parties.
They even have the cheesiest commercials that you can think of.
Really?
Like many commercials, it's not just selling the food itself. They're selling a story embedded with the food.
Is it all those characters you showed me, like interacting cartoon style?
Like
on
they
the
have
commercials?
cartoon styles to advertise their commercials, but there is like a story. There are a lot of Filipino cultures embedded on their commercials as well. Loving your elders, loving your family, loving those who are not already with us. It's all like it's cheesy and relatable stories, and it ended up them eating the juiciest and crispiest chicken in the Philippines.
He is so selling it to us right now.
I'm ready to go to San Antonio. I bet it's nicer there too.
Yeah, it's
It's called what bees now?
Jollibee.
Hey Jollibee, how about sending us a little dough? Okay.
Yeah, Jollibee.
My man here's working hard for you.
Send us some chicken.
It's good.
What do you think about that one, Jen?
Well, I think that's fun, and I think that's fun that we were talking about it
Yep.
upstairs before we even started recording. It was the first thing I brought up to him. I'm like, so my roommate's been to the Philippines and said,
Yep.
what did I say, jelly bean?
Jelly bean.
Yeah, I was saying.
But I mean, it's close.
I was like, some chicken
Yeah.
place, jelly bean, or
Yeah, Jollibee runs on every Filipino's blood. Like it runs. Our red blood cells are all Jollibee.
fascinating.
I had a friend, Erin, I thought dated a girl. I thought she was from the Philippines. Were Pizza Huts big back there with buffets?
Pizza Yes, we have
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Yep, and we love. Maybe some of you guys would agree, but pizza belongs to. I mean, pineapple belongs to pizza. When you're on East Asian countries,
You're
like
a pineapple on pizza?
Yep, I'm pineapple on pizza.
I'm a pineapple on pizza. Are you a pineapple on pizza?
I'll get down some pineapple on pizza. But
I always get this survey from the kids every single time. Mr. Aclera, does pineapple belong to pizza? And I said, yes.
Yes, I agree.
But she came down and got excited because at the time Brush's Pizza Hut was still open. And she told Aaron, we gotta go. And he's like, oh my God, like seriously? Because here it's not huge. If you're drunk enough, you'll eat that shit. But it's not, But yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's fun. Yeah, and I like to learn stuff on this podcast too. I think it's cool. Last week we had the guest was from South Africa.
Wow.
So it was cool to listen to some of the. I love this. I really do love this. So, what do you think, Jen? You have one in mind? It's tough.
It is so tough.
Because it'd be the smallest thing you change we don't know yet. So I think I might have a small idea.
I'm going to have to go just with my gut.
Yeah, don't guess yet, but we're going to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when we guess, we rock, paper, scissors to see who has to go first.
Okay.
How do you rock, paper, scissors, Kim?
So in Tagalog, we call it bato, pick.
Bato, pick.
Yep.
So what's
Today we're going to bato pick.
Well,
that works too.
But I don't understand because you got two batos, man. So what if we?
So it's also rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
So it's you have paper.
Like bato. Something's going to hit something.
Bato, pick. Yeah.
Oh, so he's the three pumper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some people do the rock, paper, scissors shoot.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. Okay. So we're doing three. Ready?
Yep.
Jen's been kicking my butt. At one point in time, I owned you on this, and lately you've been just
I
murdering
know
me.
it. Bato, pick.
Yep.
Pick.
We're going to do it. Ready?
Yep.
Bato,
pick. Oh.
It's also called Rochambeau. You've heard that? That's kind of a Creole thing.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? Yeah, it's Rochambeau. That's rock, paper, scissors. You've heard Rochambeau.
I have.
Yeah, that's our guest, Randolph Torres, the tattoo artist, is from a place where they call it Rochambeau. So we said we'll call it your bastard Rochambeau today.
Interesting.
What's it again? Well, a pick.
Bato, pick.
Bato, pick. Hey, Folky, we're bato picking now, bro. Okay.
That's right. We've upped the game here.
All right. So, Jen, we have three great stories. We have Way to Go, 17,802, and 2 birthday celebrations a year. What are you thinking?
Okay, so I think they're all believable. I think that if you do have a flaw in one of your stories, I think they're all your stories. I don't think anything's borrowed, and I think you just maybe exaggerated or something. So, by your physical transformation, I can't say way to go. By the inspiring story about the voice, I can't. So I'm going to go with 2 birthday celebrations a year.
What do you think? You think just sits a little off?
No, I just think that the other 2 are more believable to me in my own head. And I mean, literally, if,
Right.
we can't deny that the way to go has happened.
Right. So you're going to go with 2 birthday celebrations a year.
I'm going to go with 2 birthday celebrations a year.
You are episode, Kim, 155, correct? That's what I said. And I'll tell you what I've noticed in 154 episodes. You can tell when someone speaks with passion about their life. You can tell when people are very proud of stories. And I think the Way to Go is a very passionate story in your life. And I think the 17,802 is also very passionate. It's something very proud of, as you should be. To finish top 80 of 45,000 people. To put that in perspective, you start in Fort Morgan, and it's all of northeastern Colorado is about 45,000 people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like everybody in these towns were singing, and you finish top 80,
And you come out with people, as many people shopping in Walmart at any one time.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's nuts. I'm picking 2 birthday celebrations a year also. For the reason, it was a very short story. I think there's something just a little off there that's a little embellished, I believe.
Okay.
All right, but don't flip that over yet, because before we do the little call, I do want to say thank you to the Brush Emporium. Thank you for giving us a spot to have a podcast studio. Thank you. They've been very generous with this area down here. The owners are amazing. If you've not been to the Brush Emporium, what are you waiting for, man? come on down. If you want a unique gift, don't go to Amazon. Don't go online. Come down to the Brush Emporium. They have a bunch of people here, a bunch of vendors in town who have homemade gifts.
Exactly.
They put love and heart into these stuff. That doesn't sound too cheesy, but they really do, man. You have a homemade gift that someone put their time and effort into. Also, if you get hungry, you were get down some ice cream as Mr.
I didn't even know
Workout.
they had ice cream.
He's a birthday
And
boy today.
I ordered a pizza, so
Did you?
pizza's going to catch me on my way out the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have frozen yogurt. They have ice cream, pizza, pasta, wings. They have pretzel sticks. They have so many good things here. And when you come down, they have a huge area up there, lots of seating, but they have games for the kids.
Yeah.
Go old school with your kids. Let them play board games up there. You know what I mean? It could be a great family night for your family here at the Brush
And to top
Emporium.
it off, they have great staff. They always smile at you.
Yes.
Like it's
Well, and they're going to be open Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
They're also going to start doing bingo, and you guys, February 16th is trivia.
I think this will be
Trivia
out.
night.
This is out till the 20th. So you just missed it by 4 days. If that's we're in the future now, Jen.
Excuse me.
But you should always keep an eye on it. Follow the Brush Emporium on Facebook because they always have cool stuff here. These sometimes have music here. They're going to start doing a lot of stuff. Bingo, like you said, a lot of cool stuff. So please show them some love. They're amazing. How do you like the studio, Kim?
it's great.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. All the artworks here are fun. The first time I came in here was just to visit, and I was very inspired by that already. Like
It's been fun. It's been a lot of people have donated some of this stuff to me. You know what I mean? It's been people that are fans of the podcast, so been quite the blessing. So thank you, Brush Emporium. Please support these guys. 210 Clayton Street. So, all right. Having said that, we had 3 stories, and we're teaming up on you, Kim. So let's see that board. Let's see what you got, buddy.
Okay.
Dun, da, da, da.
Oh! 17,802. Kim, what's not true about that story?
So it's just a made up story.
The whole thing. You were never even on The Voice?
No, I'm too shy to do that.
My goodness.
I cannot do it.
That was so inspiring and real to me. It wasn't even funny.
How did you come up with that number? Where's that?
I think I was grading papers earlier when I made
You
up.
just start picking numbers. Oh my god! I am blown away. I would have totally guessed that to be a true story.
Me too. Especially knowing that you have the singing background and oh my goodness.
I mean, I was thinking to myself, who in the Philippines is home that day? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a great time to go rob houses because they're all singing at the damn. You know what I mean?
They're all in
Addition numbers in the Philippines would reach those numbers. I mean, 45,000.
Yeah.
It could reach a whole lot. Like,
okay, now is The Voice even a thing over there?
yes.
Okay, I just had to make sure.
I think it's a thing in every country. I think they hit everybody.
Well, I never know because when I catch clips, it's always just somebody's posted a clip and you either.
I was
see
about
where
to
it is,
buckle
but-
earlier when I said The Voice. I was about to say Pilipinas Got Talent, which is the Got Talent edition of the Philippines. I was like, so good thing I didn't.
Yeah.
Now, do they also do the other show, The Star Hunt? Is that
Yes,
that is another true thing. You just made the whole thing up about you being in it.
That's.
Do you know anybody who was in The Voice over there?
No.
That is too funny.
I can't.
You knew a lot about how to get going on it.
That's madness. So. That's
was
awesome.
great.
So, Way to Go is a true story.
Yes.
100% true story. As is 2 birthday celebrations a year. You said you didn't register you. So, like a birth certificate? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
birth
about?
certificate. It was registered the following day, and my dad probably just I was born 11:53 at night,
Oh,
so he probably just moved it the next day.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
8th. But I guess that's good for me because I could celebrate 2 birthdays. I have 2 cakes a year, maybe 4 because they're celebrating it in the Philippines as well. So.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the only 4 days a week you can have 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
4 days a year.
That's why I treated myself with ice cream.
Then you gotta run.
Oh, yeah.
What time was Owen born at?
Owen was born at 4:53 in the morning on his due date, August 8th, 2003.
Oh, wow. All
Yep.
right. I was going to ask you about the karaoke, too. You kind of went over genres. What's the most popular genre in Philippines? Is it Philippine music or is it American music?
It's a mix of both, but we do
1980s
love to build.
music.
Yep, 80s, 90s. any type wherein, any genre wherein you can belt, sing your heart out.
Right.
Hearts out.
Well, that's 80s rock and roll right there,
Yes,
man.
You betcha.
Yeah.
yes.
Yesterday or last week, the guest from South Africa was telling us about how huge America's media is down there. You know, our all our pop culture is all over the world. So I always wondered how big that is. So it's you know.
And you only sing one karaoke song.
This guy's a blue. yeah. I do a little Louis, dude. But I always did a little hammered, and then I challenged the fucking crowd. But I'm like, somebody beat that, you sons of bitches. Dude, it's nighttime Larry's not the greatest. I gotta lie to you. Hey, Kim, I have super enjoyed this podcast.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it too, guys.
Me
Yeah,
too.
you had a good time, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you
awesome.
made me very comfortable, and I mean, at first I was very afraid because this is not my first language.
Right.
I'm getting so subtitled. I said earlier, but I mean, you made these conversations very much relatable on my end that I could share.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your English is actually
Thank you
very
so much.
good.
It's very
and
good,
Very
yes.
easy to understand.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
You are. And that's what we do, man. You know, this is all for fun. You were probably a little nervous. Everybody is because this is outside your comfort zone.
Yeah,
for a
this
lot of
is
people,
it, yep.
You know. But would you come back and do this ever again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said he's got 5 stories and had to condense, so he's already got 2 more.
Yeah.
I could probably need to grade some more papers
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
numbers.
Pull more
again.
numbers
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we're
Maybe
very,
all the stories would be numbers.
yeah, we'll be very leery of that. So before we go, though, you said your sisters will be listening to this.
Yes.
Give them a shout out.
Hey, Manang Kati, Manang Christine, and Manang Mayang. Hi, from Finland, California, and the Philippines. Ito yakon.
I can't pronounce any of that, so what's up, sisters? All right.
Hey, sister.
And my dad as well. Hi, pa.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for
it's
having
been
me.
a delight.
I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm generous.
Generous. We'll catch you next time. Peace.